How's it going, everyone? Little virtual tour today. I'm in the Strawberry Bank greenhouse. It's awesome in here right now. A little escape. Certainly I'm alone with all this distancing that we are all hopefully participating with. I'm gonna just show you a few things, kind of virtually get you out of your rooms, your houses, your apartments, condos, wherever you are, morning, afternoon, evening, little nature dose. It's always a good portion of medicine for us. Lots of biodiversity in here. Got a fern right here. Quite a lot of ferns in here, including our orchid section coming up. Quite a lot of color. Norfolk pine. Lots of orchids behind me. This is a Norfolk pine, or Cook's pine. They're very closely related, actually. It's actually from the Polynesian area, Pacific. Very, very cool tree, literally rooted right in the middle of the greenhouse here. Now our greenhouse is really a cold frame. These small structures were connected to larger greenhouses, especially in the 19th century here on the seacoast. But today, we culture quite a lot of the collection in here to basically interpret quite a lot of 19th century plants. Amongst others, during the 19th century, trade was huge. So a lot of maritime connections to trade routes, certainly natural resources, explorers, and certainly botanists, breeders at this time. We've got the fans going, a little HAF fan, a little modern technology for this historic greenhouse. So we make quite a balance in here between, doing it organically as farmers, growers used to do it, and certainly little modern innovation to keep the plants healthy. Before I get too dizzy, I'm going to stop spinning, but behind me we've got a lot of geranium here. This is not quite Velma Cox geranium, but something very closely related. You can notice the flower is not quite as pink as Velma Cox geranium. Velma Cox is quite an old heirloom. One of my favorites. We do have one in here. I'm not sure if it's blooming yet. We'll have to wait till that comes out. It's very, very pretty. Staghorn fern up top here. Very, very cool plants. Or epiphyte, as we generally call them, similar to how orchids grow in trees. They're getting all their moisture, nutrients from the atmosphere. So humidity is essential for those types of plants. As we round the corner here, we've got a big gardenia here. And these blooms are amazingly aromatic. So here's a nice bloom that just came out. Pretty cool. A little bit of nutrient deficiency on this. And quite a lot of aphids. But that's kind of the threshold of organics. So as opposed to, greenhouse production where thresholds are really low, that's really your tolerance to insects. Organics, we bring that bar a little bit higher because we tolerate a little bit of insects with organics. But nonetheless, we'll be spraying this with some organic pesticides. There's a few ways we can do this. The Cornell mixture is a good one, very historically common. A lot of people still debate on whether it actually works or if it has efficacy, as we call it. So there is a debate, but to each his own or her own. Absolutely. So give it a try if you'd like. So pest issues this time of year, nutrient issues, bringing things back to that level of really healthy, vigorous growth before we start bringing things out to the landscape. Continuing on, rounding, we've got a few more orchids in the corner along with lots of geraniums. The Velma Cox that I was talking about is this one here. No flower yet, but you can see the similarities of this one and this one. A little bit brighter foliage, but lots of similarities. We've got lots of geraniums in here, as you can see. Centennial, a couple others. Really, really nice stuff. One of my favorites in here is, of course, the fig. Anything that produces food is good, in my opinion, and we do get figs on this. But we're gonna have to wait a month or so before those start producing. But figs are often the signal of spring. These leaves start to push right out right when spring is beginning. So it's really, really nice to take a look at those signals, getting us excited about our growing season. And that's about it. Small little structure, not a lot of room, but we pack it full. More and more, we're gonna bring you these types of videos, virtual lessons, all sorts of opportunities. Connecting, all of us, right? So I hope everyone's doing well in these challenging times, but we hope to bring you more wonderful things. This is Strawberry Bank.